Most people are tired of voting for career politicians. Let me throw a hypothetical at you. Say you're a lifelong Democrat, and good friends of yours are getting ready to run for President of the United States. Your bosom buddies. You've donated to their causes. They've been guests at your wedding. You've expressed your admiration for them publicly on multiple occasions. When they were president before and facing impeachment, you even defended them against their accusers. However, in the years that have gone by since they left the White House, their reputation has been sullied. As candidates, they're damaged. Their negatives way too high to get elected. Most people are tired of voting for career politicians. You're going to need to do them a solid. So you decide you're going to run for president in the other party. What would you do if you were going to run in a way to sabotage the Republican opposition? Say you were doing it on purpose. On purpose, you were trying to sabotage the Republican Party and the conservative movement. How would you run such a campaign? For example, might you, on purpose, drive up your negatives to sky-high record levels to the point that it begins negatively impacting Republicans nationwide? Is that something that you would do if you wanted to sabotage on purpose the other party? Here's another. Maybe you'd never seriously learn anything substantive about public policy at all, so that people would not only oppose you, but think you're a joke, and then think the party that nominated you must therefore be a joke as well. Would you do that, maybe? Here's another. Maybe you'd generate a campaign on nothing but baiting, name-calling, the most divisive rhetoric possible, so you could shield your friends in the other party from how damaged they are as candidates. Might you do that? Here's another. Say you have a vast fortune, maybe even billions of dollars, and yet you spend almost none of it. Even though if you spent just a little bit combined with your record high name ID, you could dominate the airwaves more than any presidential candidate in recent memory. Is that another thing you might do if you were, I don't know, trying to throw it on purpose? Then maybe what you do is surround yourself with the worst people. Has-beens, never-weres, wannabes, people that have been laughed out of the Republican Party, laughed out of the conservative movement, exposed for being sellouts, essentially political prostitutes, jokes, people who when they tried to run for office on their own couldn't get by. So you'd essentially put the Peter Principle into practice in order to bog down your campaign. Oh, and here's my personal favorite. You'd put no meaningful organization on the ground anywhere in the country, so that just in case you did get control of the messaging, just in case you were driving the narrative, just in case you did score points against your old pals running in the other party, you never really had the organization on the ground to identify and mobilize those voters to the point that you could win nonetheless. Because I just described to a T the presidential campaign of Donald Trump and his old pals who are running against him, the Clintons, but I'm sure it's just a coincidence.